Hey guys, it's Comic Uno. Today I'm doing the Flash issue 5, so let's see what's going on with this issue. Let's talk about the cover first. I really like the cover's art. I love Francis Manapul's art. He's one of my favorite artists, and it's actually one of the reasons I picked up this series was because of his art, because he does a great job with really anything he draws. So I'm glad I picked up this series because I love the story also. So love the cover, and also like the concept of this, because this does happen in the issue that the Flash is going to have to save his friend Manuel, and people are going to die because of it. It's a little bit more dramatic on the cover than it is in the story, but it does happen. So I really do love this cover. Great art, great concept, but let's see if I like the story also. So in this issue, we get to see Manuel wanting to save his clones, because he feels like it's not right that his clones are going to die, and Manuel's the only one who could really survive. So he says, alright, we're going to go into this machine, and I'll try to save you guys. And Flash finds out about this, and because the reason Flash doesn't want Manuel to do this is because it is a gamble. It could really kill Manuel, could kill the clones. They just don't know what it is. They've never tried it before, so something could go wrong. So Flash saves Manuel from the machine, and this ends up killing all the clones. So Manuel gets really upset about this. He said, you killed them, I wanted to save them, they didn't deserve this. So he gets really angry because they were part of him also. So also from Flash saving Manuel, and he does this whole entire little Flash thing. He goes around it that way Earth doesn't get destroyed, and because he did this, there's a rift in time that brings things to the past that weren't in the past. So he can't use his powers anymore, or else Earth could really be in danger because something in the past could brought into the past. It could destroy Earth if it isn't in the right time. So the butterfly effect, pretty much. So Flash can't be Flash anymore and use the Speed Force because he saved Manuel. And that was pretty much that cliffhanger of this issue, and I love the cliffhangers with the Flash issues. They do great jobs with their cliffhangers. It makes me excited to pick up the next issue for the series. So, and I love that about comic book because you want to be excited to pick up the next issue, and I'm excited to pick up the next issue because I want to know what happens because Barry's not going to be able not to be the Flash. He's going to want to save people, so he's going to have to work around him not being able to use his powers, or he's going to have to be able to try to figure out how to use his powers again and maybe to not have this time rift. It's either he's going to have to not be Flash and work around that, or he's going to have to work around trying to figure out how to be Flash. So it's going to be a really interesting couple of issues in the next couple of issues for this series. And also, Manuel really surprised me in this issue because I wasn't a big fan of Manuel before this. Manuel definitely was not one of my favorite characters. I didn't understand his story before a couple issues, let's say 1, 2, and 3. I didn't really like his character, but issue 4 and issue 5, this issue, I really have been liking his character, just learning more about him, and I just really hope he stays as a main character for a little while. The only thing I didn't like about his characters were his clones, so I'm kind of glad that they died off because I feel like we can learn a little bit more about Manuel than worrying about his clones. I mean, maybe if it was just one clone, it would have been a little bit better because, maybe we could have more learning about that clone a little bit. The readers could understand more about that clone. But I think that the problem with the clone story that I didn't like is that there was too many for us to really say, oh, I'm actually sad for this because we learned so much about this clone, but we didn't really know much about the clone. So I feel bad for Manuel, though, because I think he could be really great villain, actually, because it seems like he's gonna maybe try to get revenge for the Flash in this. And then maybe finding out that Barry is the Flash, his best friend, might change his feelings. But again, next couple of issues, there's a lot of story possibilities, and I'm excited to see what happens next, because this issue was really good, I thought. Again, only thing I didn't really like was the clones, and I'm glad that they're gone. In this issue, the clones just weren't the best. But I give this 4.5 stars. I thought this issue was really good, and again, I'm really surprised at this series because I wasn't expecting much. Again, I picked it up for Francis Manapul's art, and I'm not a big fan of Flash, but I have been becoming a big fan for the Flash in this series because it's just bringing us such great stories. And something I like about this series is that we get to see stories of not just the Flash. We get to see all the supporting characters too. In each issue, we get to see Patty, we get to see Iris, we get to see Manuel, we get to see Flash. And I like that about this series. They don't forget to mention those characters. And sometimes with supporting characters, we don't get to see those characters. Let's say 5 issues. Let's say we find them in issue 5, and then in issue 10 we'll see them next. But with the Flash, we see them consistently, and we get to see their stories progress also. And I really like that about the Flash, and we're seeing those characters in the Flash, and just making their story grow. And that, like I said, that's something I really like about this series. So I say if you haven't been following the Flash because you're not a big fan of the Flash, you might become a fan of the Flash if you read this series. This is really good. Great art with Francis Manapul, like I said, one of the reasons I picked up this series. I'm very glad I picked up this series. Love his art, one of my favorite artists. And I say pick this issue up. I give it 4.5. It was very close to being my pick of the week, but Justice League was my pick of the week. Very close, so I gave them both 4.5s. And I say pick this issue up. It really was good, and a lot of story possibilities, a lot of things happened in this issue. And this was Comic Uno. I hope you enjoyed. In the description below, there'll be a link for my Twitter. You can follow me to get comic book news and topic video news and video review news. And follow my other channel, The Rand Situations, on Twitter. In the description below, there'll be a link for that also. It'll just be news about my other channel and what videos are going to go on that channel. So I hope you enjoyed this review of The Flash issue 5, and I say pick it up. It was a really good issue, and if you haven't been following this series, pick it up. It's really great art, and great story. So this was Comic Uno. I hope you guys enjoyed. See ya.